Gentlemen, welcome back to another video. My name is Striker.
My name is Luba.
Now today's kind of a little bit of a strange video, but it's something that we want to talk about. Like, there are some things in Ukraine, all right, that they do that's kind of a little bit whack, right?
It's a funny and educational video because you know that we're all about education, right?
Yeah, and these are things that you may frown upon maybe back in the West because we don't do them or it's just different or whatever. But I want to share some of these things with
Striker
you guys.
just have a empathy to you. You understand his pain, what you've seen.
Yeah, I don't want you to get shocked. I want you to just not be in shock with these things and think that everyone here is like out of their goddamn minds. Okay? Let's talk about them. So the first one I want to warn you guys about is the ungodly amount of like giant lips there are, okay? Now, even though it's kind of a silly thing, but in our country...
Mine are natural.
Yeah, here's a natural, that's good. I saw a couple over there. But you will see a lot, especially in like Odessa, Kiev, like the big cities. It's really fashionable for the ladies to have big, massive lips, right?
And
so just prepare yourself for it, okay? You may think that the ladies here genetically just have large lips. It's not true. They pay to have this shit put in their lips. And some of them, they're so big it's ridiculous.
You're always like making fun that you can...
You can take one and stick her onto like the shower door. But just try not to stare anyway, that's all I'm saying. You know,
I don't know, honestly, I have a lot of guys asking me because some girls, you know the selfie pictures? They always do these lips and I don't know why they do it. It seems like it's pretty expensive to be honest and I don't know where, but they find money for that. Like they will do whatever to make these lips.
They won't eat.
Sometimes we girls also, we sit and we like, because they usually put like a very bright lipstick on. So just, yes,
try not to stare, but if you do have any sharp objects and you're walking past. Okay, so the next one, get used to little dogs, man. Like these little dogs are everywhere. And they're not just in the woman's handbags, they carry them. I remember I dated a woman once for a while and this little dog went everywhere and everywhere. And I'm saying that this little dog was everywhere and it would look at me in bed. I'm serious, it would look at me in bed and if I tried to touch her, it would start, it was a tiny little dog like this. It was weird. Like,
it's very expensive in the West, right? A lot of guys say that.
Yeah, these dogs are like thousands of dollars in the West. And here's another thing you've got to get used to too, is that you walk around the park and you'll see like a husky or something and it's like stray, and it's like, this dog in New Zealand would be like $3,000 and here it is here eating a plastic bag, you know? So get used to these dogs everywhere, you know? That's just another thing.
And what he means, it's everywhere.
Everywhere, they're just everywhere. They're in bars, they're in shops, they're everywhere.
In bed.
And unfortunately in bed. So, next one is, for some reason, like Ukrainians, very resourceful people. Probably because of like the rich history that they have. But they can make alcohol from anything. Anything.
Doesn't matter as soon as it's alcohol.
Well, anything is alcohol. It's like, oh, there's some alcohol made from sand.
Not from sand, but it's all berries and like anything. It's good.
Yeah, it's good. But that is a big thumbs up. And what you should do is that when you come over here, you should try as much as you can every day.
Striker will be your guide. Striker, what else? Is there anything else that impressed you so much about Ukraine?
Yep. Yep. Okay, this one here is a good one, right? And I saw this when I went to the market, right? Ukrainian people, again, very resourceful about what's around them, right? When you go to the market, you see every single cut of meat, not just the steak and all that stuff, but you see the feet of like the pig, you see the lips of the chicken, the beaks, you know, there's every part of the...
Tongue, we really like tongues.
Tongue. Yeah, these giant big tongues. And the thing that really got me, that really made me sort of go, man, this is on a whole other level, like this is hard to comprehend. It was a hanging sort of in the butcher and it was like the spine of like some giant Eastern European deer or something. And they hang it there like you're at a museum and it's like the fossils of like some dinosaur they dug up. But you can buy it and I don't know what you can do with it apart from maybe kill someone with it as a weapon.
You suck it with a beer.
The other thing you've got to get used to here, and even to this day, it's happened to me so many times, is that you have to get used to unisex toilets, because this is what will happen to you. And it happened to me actually last week when we were at a restaurant. I went into the toilet and because they're cubicles, because they're not urinals, and I'm standing in the toilet there, and then you hear like some women come in and they start laughing and giggling and cackling away and doing their thing.
Selfies?
Yeah, taking selfies, and you're in there and you're like, oh, I'm in the wrong toilets again. And you think you're in the wrong toilets. And then for a moment, actually, I think when I first came here, I stayed in the toilet until they left in case I went out and they were like, hey, what is he doing? And call police. I get arrested. And now let me tell you a quick story why I had this phobia. Because one time I was in the casino, I think I was in Melbourne, and the toilets had like a sign that I couldn't use, and I thought, who cares, I'll just go in the female one. I went in there, I came out, security was waiting for me, and they escorted me off. So ever since then, I've had this phobia about it. But, you know, I don't think it's going to be as bad for you guys. But still, you know, if you're in the toilet and you hear a woman laughing at you...
It's all right, it's Ukraine.
Maybe there's a peephole, or maybe it's just you're in unisex toilet. So those are just some things that I found to be different from the West. I'm not saying they're bad, it's just things you have to get used to. And for me, it's part of the adventure, is to learn these new things, get caught out a few times, kind of look a little bit stupid, but just the way that it is.
And if there's something that, you know, happened to you, or you heard something of Ukraine and you want to make sure, is it true or no? Or maybe something happened to you while you was in Ukraine.
Yeah.
Let us know, put in your comments, and we'll see you next time.
We'll see you next time. Hey, what's out here?
Я не могу.
Well, then do it. Come on, hurry up.
Ouch.
Just stand still. Okay.
She need to have a bush garden if she's with you.
Babushka.